Adjective. Okay. Who can tell me what a noun is? Do you remember? What is a noun?
Place.
A place. Okay. A place.
A person.
A person.
A fruit.
A fruit. Okay, what is a fruit?
Is a thing.
It's a thing. Great. Okay, now what is an adjective? This one was a little bit trickier. Oh,
It's something that describes the noun.
okay, so a word
Word.
to
Describe.
describe what kind of word? A noun, right?
Yes.
Describe
yes.
a noun.
Describe a noun.
Okay. Nija, can you give me an example of a noun? A person, place, or thing. Anything in this room. Or any person in this room.
Book.
Well, it's a noun!
Yay, I'm
Okay, so Lion, can you give me an example of an adjective in this room? Remember, an adjective can be the way something tastes, smells, feels, looks like.
Oh, Lija's handsome.
Handsome! Nija is handsome. Oh, that's so great. Okay, I'm going to put a picture on the board. Is this picture a noun?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a
pig.
pig.
It's a pig.
This-
And is a pig a person, place, or thing?
It's an animal.
It's an animal.
thing.
So it's a thing. Great job. Okay, what are some adjectives that describe this animal?
Fat pig.
That.
A happy, smiling pig.
Happy.
Chubby.
Okay, that's kind of like fat, right?
Yeah. Short.
Short.
Pink pig.
Short or pink.
Pink pig. It's hard to say. Pink pig.
Nija, can you think of an adjective? A word that describes this pig. Is it big? Is it little? Is it cute? Is it ugly?
Cute.
It's cute. Okay, that's a great one. Okay, awesome. So today we're going to be talking about a pig named Wilbur. Okay?
Ooh, Wilbur.
All right. First, we are going to get into our super color teams, okay? Can you look around in the room and see what color of teams we're going to have?
Oh. Blue.
Blue, yellow, orange, and purple.
Okay, I'm going to put you in your group, so I need everyone to stand up, push in your chairs, put your hands on your hips and your eyes on me. Okay? I'm going to give you a lot of instructions, so listen very carefully. I'm going to give each of you a color. You're going to go to that color when I say go, but not until I say go. Okay? And when you go, you're going to walk quietly, quickly, and no pushing, no shoving. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Nija, you're going to go blue. Oh, you go blue. Okay, excellent. Okay, when I say go, please go to the table by your color. Okay, go. Blue, you can go right here. And have a seat. Okay. I'm going to give each of you a role within your group, okay? Nija, you're going to be the presenter. So Lion, you're going to be the director. And Po, you're going to be the scribe. Po, you are going to write on this piece of paper. And we'll talk about what you're going to write in a little bit.
Okay.
So Lion, you direct everyone. You're going to make sure that everyone participates, okay? And Ninja, you're the presenter. So at the end, when I ask you to, I'm going to have you present in front of the class, okay?
Okay.
Okay, does everyone understand their roles?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right. Who has ever seen a book like this with a lot of pages?
Yeah.
Yeah? What kind of book is this called? It doesn't have very many pictures. It has a couple, but not very many. What is this big book called?
Storybook.
Storybook? Okay, it's really big. And it has this right here, listing all of these different chapters.
No.
Okay, this is a chapter book.
Get the book.
Okay, a chapter book tells the story through words more than pictures. So even though there are some pictures, it tells it mostly through words, okay? When you start to go into the bigger grades, and even in this class, we're going to start reading chapter books more than we are picture books. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to describe nouns using adjectives while reading picture books. So you can identify and make an imagination in your mind, okay? So I'm going to read this book to you, and I would like you to listen to some nouns that we might be able to describe, okay? We're going to read just a little bit. "Where's Papa going with that axe?" said Fern to her mother as they were setting the table for breakfast. "Out to the hog house," replied Mrs. Arabelle. "Some pigs were born last night." "I don't see why he needs an axe," continued Fern, who was only 8. "Well," said her mother, "one of the pigs is a runt. It's very small and weak. It will never amount to anything, so your father has decided to do away with it." "Do away with it?" shrieked Fern. "You mean kill it? Just because it's smaller than the others?" Miss Arabelle put a pitcher of cream on the table. "Don't yell, Fern," she said. "Your father is right. The pig would probably die anyway." Fern pushed a chair out of the way and ran outdoors. The grass was wet and the earth smelled of springtime. Fern's sneakers were sopping by the time she caught up with her father. "Please don't kill it," she sobbed. "It's unfair." Mr. Arabelle stopped walking. "Fern," he said gently, "you will have to learn to control yourself." "Control myself?" yelled Fern. "This is a matter of life and death, and you are talking about controlling myself?" Tears ran down her cheeks, and she took the hold of the axe and tried to pull it out of her father's hand. "Fern," said Mr. Arabelle, "I know more about raising a little more of pigs than you do. A weakling makes trouble. Now run along." "But it's unfair," cried Fern. "The pig couldn't help being born small, could it? If I had been very small at birth, would you have killed me?" Mr. Arabelle smiled. "Certainly not," he said, looking down at his daughter with love. "But this is different. A little girl is one thing, a little runty pig is another." "I see no difference," replied Fern, still hanging on the axe. "This is the most terrible case of injustice I have ever heard of." A queer look came over John Arabelle's face. He seemed almost ready to cry himself. "All right," he said. "You go back home into the house, and I will bring the runt when I come in. I will let you start it on a bottle, like a baby. Then you'll see what trouble a pig can be." Mr. Arabelle returned to the house half an hour later. He carried a carton under his arm. Fern was upstairs changing her sneakers. The kitchen table was set for breakfast. The smell of coffee, bacon, damp plaster, and wood smoke from the stove. "Put in her chair," said Mr. Arabelle. "Put it on her chair," said Mr. Arabelle. Mr. Arabelle set the carton down at Fern's place. Then he walked to the sink and washed his hands and dried them on the roller towel. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, who's my scribe? Where's my scribe?
Me.
Okay, do you have a piece of paper like this?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to write down a chart. I'm going to make some lines. I need you to write exactly what I write on your paper, okay? Okay. So you're going to draw 3 lines like this. Let me know if you need any help. Great, and you're going to draw 2 lines like this. underneath it, write noun. Now what's a noun?
A place, a thing, a person.
Great job. And under that, we're going to write adjectives. So Lion, what's an adjective?
A word describe place and a person and a thing.
Great. Okay, see, where's my noun? My noun line. Okay. We're going to write person, place, and thing. Now within your group, I'm going to pass around 3 different labels. Each of these labels is a noun. One is a person, one is a place, and one is a thing. I'm going to assign one of those to each one of you. And whichever one you have, you are going to draw a picture for it, whatever your imagination thinks of when you think of that noun. And then together with your group, you're going to describe it using adjectives. Who's the director? Raise your hand if you're the director. Okay, so Line, you're going to make sure everyone in your group contributes at least one adjective, okay?
Okay.
So first, when I give you the labels, I need you to glue it with the glue stick that's on your table under whether person, place, or thing. Okay? So let me bring you the labels. Okay. So then you're going to have this one. And this one. And then you're going to have this one, okay? So decide if yours is the person, place, or thing among your group, okay? And there should be a glue stick at your table. Oh, yeah, you can stick it right on top there. Great, so now Mika, is that a person, place, or thing? It's a place. Great job. Okay, who's the director again? Raise your hand.
Me.
Okay, you pick who starts, and you be in charge. You start with who's going to draw first. Who's going to draw their picture first?
Which one should I go first?
Try to teach him first. That's good.
Now remember, everyone in your group will be waiting on you, so you don't have too much time to draw, but use your imagination. Hey, Mitra, what is this one?
It's a bowl of rice.
A bowl of rice, okay. What
Can
about
of corned beef.
and corned beef? And what's over here?
Chicken to Western. This is how to be here.
Oh,
Now I'm
that's
hungry.
good. Good job, Mitra.
But this is your
Wow, that's a really good axe.
This is the next.
So, Lion, when you draw Fern, think of the story. How many different emotions did Fern have during the story? What kind of faces did she make? Was she a happy girl or a sad girl? Was she mad? Use your imagination. What did you see Fern like? Wow, that's really good. She looks really sad. Oh, what are these?
Tears.
Tears? How come she has tears?
Because She was at first she was scared when her mother told her that dad gonna kill the pig, and then she ran to the dad and got the axe, so he would kill the pig, and she just kept crying.
She was sad, huh? She didn't want that pig to die.
No.
Okay, I need each one of you to take turns to write one adjective for each of the nouns. Okay? So, Poe, do you want to pick an adjective for Fern?
Okay. Something to describe fern. Can sad be an adjective?
Mm-hmm.
Sad. Sad. And the kitchen is
Think of the kitchen. What did it smell like? There was bacon and coffee. Did it smell?
Smells good.
So what's the
Smells good.
what's the smell of food?
the aroma. No?
Is the smell of food good or
Yes.
bad?
Good.
Okay, so smells good.
Oh, smells.
That's okay.
Good smell.
Good smell.
And the eggs, I say sharp.
Okay, great job. So Mike, do you want to write your adjectives?
Yeah.
Look at the picture and think of something that describes it.
Kitchen, clean.
How do you remember Fern?
This picture she's crying.
She's crying. Was she a girl? That might be a great one. What about the kitchen? You could even think of your own kitchen. What's your own kitchen like? Is it big? Is it little?
Full of food.
Is it empty?
Warm.
Is it full? That's a great one.
Warm.
And this is a place to eat.
It is a place to eat, but what is one word that
One word?
describes it? Small. That's a great one.
Eggs.
New. Oh, it was new and shiny and heavy. Awesome job. Okay, if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Okay, raise your hand if you are the presenter of your group. Nija, okay, can you bring your group's paper up to the board and you can straighten out your table so you can see. Yes. Sit right here. Okay, tell us the nouns you have and the adjectives you chose to describe it.
Okay, teacher, what our group came up with is the noun. We have three nouns. One is a girl named Fern. One is a girl. The other one is the kitchen, and the last one is an hex. So the words that describe Fern are sad, terrified, and Fern is a girl. The kitchen is smell good, clean, and not very big. It's kind of small. The hex is sharp, happy, and is a brand new hex.
Awesome. Thank you, Nija. You can sit down. Poe, do these adjectives help you imagine in your mind what an axe looks like?
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
So if I read this part about the axe, let's see. Tears ran down her cheeks and she took hold of the axe and tried to pull it out of her father's hand. Can you imagine that axe in your mind?
Yes.
Do using adjectives help us to make imaginations of
Yes.
the chapter, the big chapter books that we read with
Yeah.
lots of words and very little pictures?
Yes.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, thank you very much, class. We're going to keep working on